Guess who wasn't as prepared as he thought he was? I thought I had this map set up and then I opened up Roll20 to find that it fucking didn't. So I was like, huh, panic! Me just chilling throughout the day thinking, nah, I've got everything sussed. I don't need to check. No, I'm a fucking dunce, mates. Jeebus. Not what I thought I'd be up to, you know, freaking out to find. Good job, me. Woo! But, anyway. Hey. How's it going? Tis D&D time. I am excited for session. Ha 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 ha. It is very likely going to be... Well, I mean, it depends if they want to do combat or not. If they decide to go and fight them, yes, combat will ensue. Otherwise, it'll be some interesting conflict resolution, in which I actually don't know what they'll do. Otherwise, I've kept everybody waiting for far too fucking long, so let's just jump into everything. Starting off with the music section is up and running. I also need to add part 1 to the title. Part 1. You can check out all of the carefully curated songs, music playlists, all of that stuff in the About Me section labeled D&D Spotify Music. I do rules differently. If you want to know what those are at any point, you can type in !D&D. You get a list of all of those rules. To see the artists of the maps, you can type in !D&D maps to get the Patreon links to the Reclusive Cartographer and Gold Adventure maps. Lovely bunch of cool stuff there. I actually do need to go and check them out again, because my god, there's always something new, I swear. They're constantly updating stuff and it's fucking awesome. Exclamation point End of Latov, which is the title of this campaign, will give you a little synopsis about what this game is about. And then Moobot will pop in every now and again to remind y'all about channel point inspiration. Think a player's doing something cool, they say something funny, or you just like the character design, anything like that, feel free to give them an inspiration. Players can have a maximum of 5 inspiration points each before they're at their cap. So if you give somebody an inspiration point and they're already at their max, you can either have your channel points refunded, or you can... Actually, I need to quickly change that. So you can't see the HP. Have your channel points refunded, or can give it to somebody else. This also extends to NPCs that are on the player's side. So, in this instance, this does not include the coyotes. Not until they are at least on the... back on the player's sides. Overall, the coyotes are a significant lower level than these guys, so it should be an interesting little date. It's completely up to date. It's literally just like the synopsis of the campaign. Yeah. That's literally all it is. It doesn't exactly give all of the information about what's been going on, so... oh yeah. It's an interesting one. Hey, not everybody knew what was happening in Session 1. No, it's literally just... what's the actual term for it that I'm looking for? Plot hook. It's literally just a plot hook, that's it. Should I update it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Am I going to remember to? Debatable. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. We take a break around 7 PM, which is about 2 AM now, I believe. This might change just because we are doing kind of like a side session, so I don't know if we're going to need the entire 4 hours. We'll suss that out with the group itself to sort out what is going to be going on. But either way, let's jump in with the peeps. Oh, my lights aren't on, that's why it's dark. And then we can actually chat to them. Hello.
Hiya.
To adjust sounds again. Oh, you see the jam. Congrats on the upgrade.
Yeah. Is it not always the case?
Good point, actually. I have not used this setup in a hot minute, so let me revoke your DMness, sorry.
I know. It's such fun, just pretending in my head.
Check you up over here.
Trying to figure out what sort of tuxedo would the overseer wear?
Ooh. Why? Why is that?
Because it's the first thing that sprang to mind. I don't even know if there's multiple types of tuxedos, so this was never going to go very far.
That's fair. Not exactly something that I have thought of myself. To be completely honest.
But will you continue to think of
Do I continue to think about anything?
Okay, so no.
So no. I just have to move stuff around. Okay, cool. Audio is audioing. Great. My earphones don't want to work, so we're back to headset town. I don't know why they're not working. It literally beats me. So this is what we're doing. Luckily, I believe audio's working. Kev, can I get you to say some words? Kev. Kevin.
Can you not hear us?
Oh,
Hello? Can you not hear
there we
us?
go.
Ah, it is Kev that's not sounding. Love it when audio works.
Quiet, but we can hear him.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear things again. That was
Nice.
weird.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I tune in just a little bit more.
I could hear you all,
Justin.
and then I couldn't.
Oh, so you did catch the start of my nonsense. I was disappointed that you might have missed that.
I mean, I do wonder what kind of tuxedo he would wear.
See, Tyler, very important question. Maybe spend some time to do some self-searching.
Types of tuxedos. And I'm just gonna leave that open. And I'll come back to it later, and maybe I'll have an answer after the break. But either way, for right now, hello fam. We don't have a pre-session question, because this is a double-parter. But previously on End of Latov, session 82, the 9th and 10th of Drift Peak, 999Z, you guys get multiple carpers, and get some interesting little bit of lore about what all of that's gonna be. Moving forward in carbonus.
Everyone can always do with more carbons.
Exactly. Gotta catch 'em all.
Kind of like the opposite way around, though. Actually, I don't think if anyone's ever caught Carver. It's just constant releasing him out of these orbs.
It really is. It's just... Carbo is very elusive in many ways. The part 2, which is what we will do sometime next week, which is Silver versus Lavicchio, Birdman, and lastly what we are going to be doing right now, which is the Forget-Me-Nots versus the Brass Coyotes. You get to have a little mappy map. All of the pews are pushed along the side. Amora is sleeping. So let's chuck a sleeping token on her. Sleep token.
Oh. Yes.
Law drop. If only. I'd get fucking copy ID'd so fast. But Merlin is with you guys. As Bo, Dolga, and Leaf break down some windows into the Love Shrine and bust on in. Demanding to know where you're hiding something. With that, I'll pass it on to you guys as what do you plan on doing? You do not have to jump into combat. If there is a different way that you guys think you can solve this, go for it. But they are definitely being hostile.
Do you think they're after your bed, Rourke? I mean, we only made it last night, but it was pretty damn good.
Man, I hope not. Rourke would probably just stand up like, great, now I gotta fight more of my friends. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
Let's chuck a little bit in here. Bit off in the corner. Let's do it.
I like how we talk of stuff and it just appears.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of magic I want.
Right? I'll put a little bit down for a more... There's definitely more a bit roll, but this is fine. She's sleeping. Here we go.
You're gonna wake her up.
Oh my god, stop jostling her. The coyotes start to move forward, but kind of going off this way a bit more, as she pulls out her bow and arrow, aiming it towards probably Rourke, because he is the closest. But Dolga's reaching for one of the... What do you call it? What are they called? Jars.
Bottles.
Yeah, bottles, thank you. On his side pouch. It looks like he's going to biff that. And Leaf looks to be going to throw some stuff as well. I mean, throw some magic, I should say. In that case, I will get y'all to roll for initiative.
More is the one with all of the sort of hold person and all that sort of stuff, so I was sort of lost as the how to non-combat start this.
Yeah.
I mean, Rourke can cast hold person, but it's just a bear hug.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Can you use it on multiple people at once?
I mean, if they're small enough.
Kappa, you have a 1. Rook, you have a 1. Kappa, would you like to go first or second? You go before or after Rook, I mean.
I'll prefer to go ahead of Rourke, I think. At least for the very first turn, so yes, before.
Okay, see. You guys aren't retaliating in any way, so they do get a surprise round. Dolga's gonna biff one of these. And is going for Kaba. Kaba does a 24 hit.
Yes.
What level can he cast it at? You take 15 points of acid damage. End of his next turn. Okay. I'm just gonna give a little vial on you, Kaba. That's Dolga. Leaf is going to... Give me things. It is a circle. Oh, 10-foot radius, so that's that. Is it? No, it is that. Sorry.
Yeah, so 20-foot diameter.
It is. I always get that wrong.
No, first one was right.
That one is right. Thank you.
That one, yeah.
Good. My god. I'll put it there. Can Merlin and Rourke please make a con save, please? Merlin, con save. Rourke, you keeping 15?
No. I'll re-roll that.
Alright. Nice, you both succeed. We are taking... I'll contribute to a so you can see. It doesn't matter because that just doesn't... Everyone isn't 4 hit points. Merlin and Rourke, you both take 7 points of necrotic damage. is going to cast Hunter's Mark on Rourke. Chuck that on you. And then make 2. Yep. 2 bow attacks. Why would you do it like that? Wow, I hate that. So that is 26 and 16.
26 will hit.
That is 12 points of damage to Rourke. Then that's their turn, and it is Merlin's go. God fucking damn it. Merlin is going to cast... Bigby's hand. Give me a hand. No, a token hand, thanks. He's going to attempt to grapple... Go Leaf. So D20 plus 6. Not looking great. Leaf gets one of them with advantage. 21 succeeds, so Leaf evades the hand. Melon's gonna keep that there though. Rourke, can I get you to make another con save, please? That is enough to succeed. Believe a 25 will still hit you though. So you're not poisoned, but you do take 18 points of poison damage. Cover, you're up.
Carver will Blade Song and then Haste Rourke. Yeah. And then get up into Bo's face.
Okay. Make that bold and underline that. Cool. So you are concentrating, and Rourke is a speedy boy.
Yep.
Zigzag. You do that, you rush on over. It is...
Where Rourke can hit him again without Powder even saying so this time. Though he'll probably do that again anyway.
Nice. Is that all for your turn?
Yeah.
As soon as you go to move, you take another 5 points of acid damage from lingering effects of acid arrow. End of its next turn, it's only that. Cool, that goes away. Brooke, it is your turn. You are speedy boyed.
he will bonus action rage. And move up here to start swinging away.
Mm-hmm.
Rushes in, calls the axe into his hand. Swing twice at Dolger, and then
As
twice at Leaf.
as the axe materializes, Carver will hurriedly say, "Flat side, flat side, flat side."
Fair, fair. Good call.
Oh,
Damn.
Can I ask why you're rolling with advantage? Why did you roll
don't
4
think that I
times?
was.
You're hasted. Don't worry, I'm a dumbass. Sorry, I immediately forgot how that worked.
I'm like, do we just get one extra attack? Or is it...
The advantage is speed.
The advantage is speed, that's for sure.
Mm.
Because I believe it's not like action surge, so you get one additional attack. So it's the
Yes.
first 2 and then one of the crits.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Who is that going against, sorry?
The first 2 against Dolger, and then the last one at Leaf.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Brain. There are things that need to happen here. Right. All of your attacks against them have disadvantage. This is the advanced version of Comet that has a foresight effect. So they do see you rushing up to them. So a 15 will miss. We'll say the double crit was the disadvantage one, so you still get a crit against Olga. So just roll 2 against Leaf.
Okay.
Yeah. Brain juggling. A 14 will miss Leaf, so the crit hits Dolga, which is... roll another d12 for your barbarian thing. Improve critical. 7... 19... 36... Dolga takes 36 points of damage. Is there anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Leaf took more drugs than the rest of them. I mean, he managed to dodge the hand and then Rourke as well.
Apparently so. It's also just enhanced drugness, so they on a different level.
I was more comparing Leaf to the other coyotes.
Fair. Do I do this one or that one? No, let's do that one. Not doing that. It's gonna go against Merlin because this is another caster there. So Merlin needs to make a con save. Succeed, so it's taking half fucking 3s. Three, he takes 13. Why did I say 3? It's divided by 2 actually. He takes 20. That is Leaf's turn. Bo is going to close all of these. She's going to do her attacks on Rourke. So it's going to do 2. She's still got Hunter's mark up. 16, I believe, will miss Rourke, and then the other one's 26.
Okay.
You take 16 points of damage, halved to 8. Melon's gonna try again with the hand just in case. If that doesn't work, then he's probably gonna try something else.
I mean, I hope so. If he tries nothing else after that, then...
Yeah. Okay, Leaf does in fact get grappled this time. Chuck a little net over them. Melon's just going to hold them there and just try and like bind their hands to their sides so that they can't do any spells. Just keep them immobile and also away from Amora. Logan's going to cast Blur. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm going to stay there. Kaba, your turn.
I guess he'll hit her. Stop shooting him.
It's a 12 and a 13. Are you going to keep them?
I'll re-roll the E12. Right. Not sure that was all that great.
Can I get you to roll the damage for that, please? You take 4 points of slashing damage as you go to swing it and drop the hammer against your toe. Can I get you to roll a concentration check because you took damage?
Okay, I get a +5 to this because of blades, so...
Yes, you do.
No, it's Constitution. What am I thinking of? Why am I suddenly blanking on what a concentration check is?
No, that's alright. You did alright.
Okay.
It was a fly. Jesus. Fuck you. I thought it was a spider. Fly mixed with the lights here that cast a massive shadow. So 17. That definitely succeeds. Is that all for Carver's turn?
I think so, yeah.
Rock, you're up.
He will swing twice at Leaf.
Cool, cool.
And once at Dolger.
Okay. Are you gonna reroll any of them?
Yes, I will re-roll the first one.
Okay.
Since Leaf is grappled, does that give me advantage?
That's a good question. I believe... I know there's a bunch of weird things with grapple.
No.
Actually, they would be restrained rather than grappled, which means you do get advantage, so it evens out to a normal roll. Thank you for calling that.
Not a problem.
So... Are you going to reroll the first one against Leaf?
Yes.
Cool. I will take Dolga's damage off, because that one definitely hits. 15. And he has to make a... Fails that massively. No, he doesn't. He has things, so it's 25. So he still has blur up. Not that it does anything. 21s do hit Leaf. So 13 and 27. Alright, nice. Is that all for your turn?
Yes.
Leaf's gonna try to get out. Leaf don't like this. God, as much as I want to do that, that's so much thinking on my behalf. I'll think about it later, which means I won't. Is going to wild shape into a... I was going to do polymorph, but I apparently decided this was easier. I don't know when. It's literally the same thing. Skunkle. What one's a green? Ooh. I like this one. Into a direwolf. Larg beast. Leaf get bigger. Still grappled, but is just kind of snarling in the direction of Merlin. Dolga gets the idea and gives a nod. Bo is going to cast... She is going to do this. 5, 10, 15, 20. You get an attack of opportunity, Kaba.
Ew.
Uh, 21 definitely hits. She takes 6 damage.
What? Huge amount of damage.
It's
Barbara's so good at...
it's still damage. And she's going to shoot at you. 19 and 28.
28 hits.
You take 15 points of damage. To make another con check. So con save.
15.
19. Yeah, 19 is definitely enough. Merlin's going to keep the hold on Leaf and do a Toll the Dead on Dolgo. 6 ain't enough. Dolgo is missing hit points, so is taking... Merlin, what level are you? 3d12. $16. Dolgo's gonna cast Dispel Magic. I believe 4th level higher, ability check plus spell casting modifier. Arcane Hand, or Bigby's Hand is level 5, so DC is 15. Has advantage on this, it is intelligence. Let me roll it. 21 succeeds, so the hand goes away. He's casting it specifically at Merlin. So all the other stuff around Merlin's fine. I mean, the stuff on you guys is fine, sorry. That is Dolga's action. As a bonus action, is going to drink a potion. What ones does he have? Good fucking question. What ones did he make? Okay, he's got one of those. 44 plus 4. Nope. That's not how that works. Here we go. Kaba, your turn.
Go over here. Kindly request that Rourke please swing that big thing one more time.
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
One more time. Is back to being with...
Yep. Disadvantage, yep.
Yeah, I forgot to take the thing off because I'm a dunce. It is Direwolf HP. I mean armor class. So 14 will hit. What is...
Wait.
Nice.
Put that over there. Boop. 37, because if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do it this way. 25. Nice. Cool.
Then I guess Carver will swing his own weapon a little bit. Not
Cool.
that button. That button.
Are you going to keep 12?
Yeah, sit with that. Yeah.
12 does miss.
Right, it's not the important part of the turn.
Okay.
That'll be it, yeah.
Cool. Rock, it is your turn. You have a big wolf.
He will swing once at Leaf,
19.
and once at Dolger.
these. Both of these.
And once again, a leaf.
Hell yeah. So, 15, 19, 29, 36. So, give me a calculator again. 36 minus 12. So, leaf takes 24 to their HP. Direwolf goes away. Leaf is small again. And 18, Dolga takes 17. Nice, nice. Is that all for Rock's go?
Rourke is just gonna yell, "Fucking stop this!"
They're just an absolute crazed look over their faces. They're just looking at every item on your body, looking for any pockets. Yeah. Leaf is going to... What kind of thing are you? Oh, that. As a bonus action, is going to spend... I'll go 5 of the d6. To heal Dolga. And use the other wild shape to go. Oop. Go back to Direwolf. Gets like knocked on the face, immediately shrinks back into like normal sized lizard before like chucking some lime green, orangey yellow magic towards Dolga, and then just shaking their head rapidly like they're have something in their mouth before their lizard skin sheds away and they just poof out into another big wolf growling. Is gonna same thing with Rook. 2 25 and 27.
Wolf hit.
Garbage. 7, 13, 14, half to 7. Can do something, but it's gonna it's gonna break some windows and also hurt you guys.
I'm happy with that rather than break us and hurt the window.
Yeah. Each okay. It's gonna take him a couple of turns, but he should be able to. No, he's just gonna call out and ask if it's okay. Guys, I can knock them down or get them quite low. It's gonna hurt you guys though. Is that okay?
Do it.
moves up a bit and is going to get cone. Yeah, that'll reach bow. You see him cast around his head as scales start to flip up along his neck. As they do, there's like a rippling effect up his throat. As you can see him kind of like choking on something. As he does, he slowly starts to like almost like work his jaw open before he goes like, okay, and then just roars. And as he does, he lets out a massive breath weapon. Need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Do believe you've got advantage on those, Brooke.
Yep, it's an effect I can see.
It definitely is.
I mean, also haste.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, give me that. Okay, so...
I'm going to re-roll that one. Think.
Fair enough.
Same.
Okay. So, 18... Oh, actually, it's not 18. It is whatever Leaf rolled plus their dexterity. Oh, so the same thing. Sick. 18, 19, 12. Who got 12? Dolga. So Dolga failed. Bo and Leaf succeeded. Carba 19, Rourke 22. You guys both succeed as well. This is how much? 68. Tell you. So everyone that succeeded takes 17 points of damage. Dolga is very close to being knocked out. Leaf goes back to normal Leaf. Oh no, he only just did that. They. So they take 17. They're still on that. And just concentrating on that. Dolga loses those. Bo makes a con check. Still keeps up that.
Re-rolling carbons.
Cool, cool.
That's not great.
So you took 17. So you just need to get above a 10 because half of 17.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're fine. You got 11.
Cool.
Sweet. All of that's fine. Yeah, I was gonna go after Melon for that. And just go 19 will hit.
See, casting a spell.
Yes.
The reason I moved here was to use my rod the next time. I haven't noticed someone doing that. And just eat the spell.
Absolutely. It is a second level spell.
Cool.
Dolga glares at you, staring at the rod, trying to figure out if there's any way to get that off you, or even potentially sell that. That looks like it's
Drugs.
worth a lot of money. Give it to me. It's your turn.
Oh, I really want to say yes and just fire something in his face. What have I got to fire?
It's your turn. Go for it.
I know, the timing is pretty good.
Yeah.
Levels. Yay, he says fine, and will use charges from the rod to fire a third level Tasha's Mind Whip at both Dogger and Leaf.
Alright. Oh, awesome. Easy. So, 2 intelligence saves. $22 for Dolga.
Jeepers. I guess this is one way to figure out who's got the high intelligence in their group.
Yeah, and since Leaf has to use the direwolf, it came through as GM. Leaf got a 5. Yeah.
So, 5 damage to Dolga, 10 to Leaf, and Leaf is basically slowed until next turn,
Nice.
or on his next turn.
Cool. Rock, it is your turn. You can see Dolga barely hanging on.
You will take one swing there.
Mm-hmm. Evens out to a straight roll. $16 is what you needed.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, that is 21. That I do definitely imagine you're going non-lethal damage here.
Yeah.
Cool. Just thought I'd check.
He's mad. He's not bad mad.
Okay. Dolga kind of scoots along the ground after he's been thwomped out.
Then Rourke's just kind of gonna circle up around Leaf. Gonna take one swing.
$23 does hit. That is enough to take out of Direwolf, and 9 damage goes to Leaf. Can't do that anymore, so I'll take all of those out.
And he's gonna do something he hasn't done before.
Ooh, I love this.
He's going to expend a charge from his weapon and just bring it up overhand, slam it into ground like axe blade first, and just a line of electricity is going to shoot out along the ground.
Yes!
So they need a DC 17 Dex check to not fall prone.
Alright. So that's Leaf's. So Leaf is 17. Bo's is 24. So they both succeed barely. Leaf barely succeeds. Taking a lot of the brunt of that as well. As it gets to Bo, she is very dexterous. Is there damage that goes with that? Did I put that?
No, that area is now difficult terrain for all but me,
Sick.
as it is thrumming with electrical energy.
Ah, that's what I did. Alright. Let's check up some spells and little guys. We'll go that. Just cooperate. That's the
Electrical scar in the middle of the shrine.
Yeah. There we go. Let's check that there. So that line is difficult terrain. Cool, cool, cool. I love it.
I'm sure that's not the first time he made a mess on the carpets.
I mean, he's been here a while. He's had plenty of opportunity to.
This one's a bit more shocking than the other ones, surely.
Yeah, yeah. I imagine there's at least once as a kid where you just came in like covered in mud.
Oh, absolutely. Several. Both of you have done
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, somebody would have been really mad about it. I can't think of who, but somebody would have been.
Surely.
Yeah.
That's not upsetting. That's fair. Leaf is gonna... Yeah. I'm not doing that. That's so much more annoyance. Leaf will return the favor. It's a square. No. Corner. There we go. Feet away from you. So there. So we'll just get Brooke. Brooke, can you make a con save, please?
Disadvantage click.
That's right, 31 definitely succeeds. You do succeed. You are taking 15 points of thunder. Did that one, that one, that one. That is all for Leaf's turn. Bo is going to go for... So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 24 and 27 for Rourke.
Hit.
That is 14, 22, half to 11. It's gonna go there. 20 will still hit Bo. And it's gonna upcast that to 5th. Needs to try and knock her out. That's 30 points of radiant damage. Next attack against Bo has advantage. She is looking very hurt. Dogger's taking a nap. Kaba.
We'll use the same spell, Tasha's Mind Whip, against Bo. Intelligence saving throw. Please.
Can do. There's 21.
That's a pass.
Still taking half.
Yep. 4?
Yes. She's still standing, barely. wasn't an attack, so she still has the advantage on her. Is that all for cover?
Yeah. Yep.
Rock, you're up.
He is going to swing away at Leaf.
Leaf's actually, so... Are you keeping the 14s?
Yeah.
The 17 does hit, the 14s do not. So that is 23. Leaf is gonna absorb some of that fire. So that's 17. Yep. 6 there. Okay. Is that all for Rook's go?
Yep.
We still have one of those, so let's do it. And cast Flame Blade. Bonus action. So what is it? Plus 9. $26. Is it 3, 4, 5? Oi, I need you to cooperate, thanks. Rook, you take 24 points of fire. That's a concentration spell. Yes. Check that on. I need to keep that open. Oh, go over there. Okay, cool. His Leaf's turn. Bo is gonna... Terrible. I don't know why that is a 1. Where? Oh, she hunter's marked herself, apparently. That's not how that works. That's Bo's turn. Merlin has advantage, so he's going to do another guiding bolt at... He's used that. He's still concentrating on that, actually. Where can he stand? Five, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sick, he can get there, and it's not going to hit Rourke. Leaf and Bo make dexterity. That was Bo. No. I rolled Leafs twice, my bad. Leaf got an 11, Bo got a 22. That's 14 for Bo, and the Leaf takes 28, which is enough to knock Leaf out, biffing Leaf off into the corner as well. Bo, who was looking really hurt, still has advantage left on her. Kappa, it is your turn.
We'll try something else. He'll use Mind Sliver on Bo. Another intelligence saving throw, please.
Alright. Intelligence 18.
Failure. 1d6. 3d6 damage.
Let's go.
17 damage. And if she's still standing, her next saving throw is affected.
She is not standing. She had 6 hit points left. If she succeeded the mind whip, she had 2 hit points left. Typical. But with Cody's out of the count, y'all are out of combat.
Wander through them, make sure they're just unconscious and not actually dying.
Yep, they're all just unconscious. Merlin's weapon does force damage, so it's pretty much just like blunt force. You can pull them over here up to where like a couple of the pews are that are totally in this image, and can tie them to them, just keeping them there for when they wake up after an hour.
Does anyone recognize what had happened to them?
Everybody gets Kaba and Rook get. Oh, sorry, Rook gets 15
Not
hit points. Yeah, I just realized. Merlin doesn't know that, so he still does a mass heal to everybody. I am pretty sure that's the effects of Comet. The higher form of it, at least.
They were pretty rabid. Do we think the ropes will hold them once they wake up?
They won't. We'll need to find a way to heal them.
I mean, is there a strong room somewhere? Or I might have an alternate solution. He'll pull the bottle of Sovereign Glue out of his pocket.
Not even remotely what Worm thought would happen with this, but I love it.
Well, I was thinking, how can I get them together and use this in the middle of the fight? Just like glue all their hands one on top of the other on the floor, which would have stopped everything. But I couldn't figure out how to get that done. So
that's a
alternate solution.
I mean, I'm not even sure there's a way to cure them of this. There's not one that I know of. Holding them, unless there's...
We can't let them free. They'll cause problems for everyone. So we have to hold them somehow.
We could...
Rourke, you don't know if this place happens to have like a secret, like super secret basement where you'd hold all of the people that don't love anyone? Would you?
Not that I know of. We might have like some chains, but
the town has been cleared out, so there is the fact that you could probably just take them to like the guard hall and take one of the jail cells there. There are like a few guards that are around the place that are still like keeping scout of the area, but if you mention to them that, hey, these guys aren't in their right minds at the moment, we need them somewhere safe, can you watch them? That's definitely a possibility to do.
What an exceptionally good idea, Merlin.
Merlin totally said that in character.
I mean, like, what if we got him like really sick and like made him like throw up a bunch? Would that help?
You want them to
Get
vomit
it out of their
those?
system? I mean,
think I remember someone doing that sometime in the past when we were in the Feywild, but I don't have a clear memory of that or who it was.
Feywild does that. I mean, Leaf is also a caster. They're all casters, actually. I don't know if any of them have teleportation magic. There's... I mean, we can chain them up, and probably the best port of call is bringing them with us when we get this boat sorted. Maybe we can find like a shipping container that's like made of metal. That way they can't see out of it. I don't think any of them can cast high enough to Dimension Door. Every other teleportation based spell needs line of sight. If they keep them somewhere they can't see out of.
Probably also need to figure out some very good gags and hand bonds, just in case they want to try and cast anything. Just restrict that as much as possible.
Yeah. Ropes, chains. Hell, we could roll them up in this rug.
I do like the rug idea. That would also make them easy to carry. We could pretend we're carpet merchants at the same time.
Yeah. Turn them into cannolis. So, I guess everything that we can do, we can just kind of do that. Ropes, chains, and cannolis. Blindfolds too, just in case.
Yep.
Work will go off to the kitchen and just like start mixing up something awful.
Okay.
Just in case. Like,
well, you never know, it might work.
Yeah, exactly.
mm-hmm.
I can fly down to the docks and see what kind of containers they have. See what see what ones are already on some ships. See if we can just take those ones out.
Yeah, I'll get to work on removing all of their items and equipment and rolling them up.
Okay. Merlin does run over to Amora. Like, you hear him murmur, "I'll be back soon." Gives her a kiss on the forehead. Runs off. Head down, a little bit red, but runs off. You, cannoli the coyotes. After roping and chaining them, blindfolding, you have a few different flasks of just whatever you could find in the kitchen. Some of it's a little bit old and you think, hey, that'd work. So you mix it in there too. Yeah.
Eggs, vinegar.
Yeah.
Like Worcestershire sauce.
Yep. Just everything.
Like the old hangover cure.
Okay.
Really is just designed to make you throw up.
Okay. Cool. That's the time.
Yeah.
Oh. So if I check you guys back to the map. From where you guys are in Canellan isn't actually a dock town. So after a little bit, Merlin does fly back and lets you know that you'll probably have to travel over to Stratford, but he did manage to see a horse and carriage that people seem to have just kind of abandoned and left, so you guys can steal that.
Are you sure it was abandoned and left, or was there this tiny little goblin you didn't quite spot?
Oh. You mean...
I mean, I wouldn't put it past.
I didn't see one.
There's a note on the driver's seat. I borrowed this.
Yeah. Gone fishing. Be back soon. Please leave my horses alone. But yeah, there's you guys would have to head over to Stratford, but easy enough to put the coyotes back onto the cart itself. A little dark. There would be enough room to put on kind of like a sled for the back of the carriage in a way, and we could put them in individual coffins. That way, you know, they're in a contained space.
Yeah, it's going to get awkward when they start screaming once they wake up.
We have an hour.
Well, like, what if we just put them like in the carriage with us, and when they wake up, we just punch them again?
There might be a lot of punching. How many hands do you have again?
Your mage hand too, don't forget.
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. As you like hold up your hands and then have like a little mage hand, around the side of you, Rourke, two blue fists appear. Got these ones too, buddy. And Cliff kind of like limps around the side. If we're heading out, then I'm coming with you. I can at least walk around, be slow as hell. I don't know how people can walk this slowly. I'd rather drag myself on the ground. I did consider that. River kicked me. But, just because I'm slow doesn't mean I can't punch people. The commotion kind of woke us up. Guess we missed out, though.
I mean, they were kind of twice as fast as anyone else, so if you were slow, they would have been 4 times as fast as you. Not sure you would have been much help anyway.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually.
Just so you know, the 3 of us together happily took on these people which were twice as fast as the rest of us. Just to, you know, clarify that at the moment we are better than you.
Hey, I'm at like half capacity.
That's why I had to add at the moment. I don't expect this to last.
Okay, that does make me feel better. But we're equals, pal. Come on. We're a party, we work together. No one's better than anybody else, even at the moment.
I will look down at herself with holes all through them or whatever. Go, yeah, that's actually probably right.
We're a team. You're kind of crumbling there, bud. Are you okay?
I mean, technically the answer to that at any given point is going to be no, regardless of if I'm crumbling or not. Does anyone think they can help me put things back together? I've got a few spare parts when we've got time to sit down.
You guys get the carriage started. These guys are tied up. I can start helping you now, Kava. River's like finding a spot to sit down in one of the pews.
Right, where did I put that bag, Bob?
She'll start kind of like helping put stuff together, asking you a bunch of questions along the way of like, what the fuck do I do? And what is happening? Why am I putting moss in this? That kind of thing.
Harold will be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I actually have no idea either, but it feels right. And he'll slowly explain what happened in the Feywild as they go along.
Okay. Cool.
Being as unhelpful as possible, but also getting the point across eventually.
She does. She looks skeptical, like, oh, okay, yeah, this is just another one of those Kaba funny little pranks. as she's like looking at these wounds, she can see like bits of stone from like the initial statue of Kaba that's kind of like falls out and pebbles onto the ground as she's slowly putting more and more together. Like, oh, he's serious. I'm not questioning any more of this, and just continues. Eventually, you do get patched up. I think I did.
You don't need a roll for that. I think you said it's a medicine check that I can give them advantage with, as long as it's not a natural one.
True. Thank you. I do believe I edited the thing because it was unspecific about how much it heals.
Yeah, it doesn't say that, the thing I looked at.
Yeah, I think... Where did I put it? So 100 gold piece worth heals 10 hit points per.
Yeah.
So how much do you want to go up by? You can take off however much.
500 gold pieces worth.
Okay. You go up 50 HP. Meanwhile, Merlin, Rock, and Cliff, you three start to move stuff into the carriage, finding kind of like enough space in the carriage to put the canola coyotes and get ready to head out. Excuse me. After helping probably bring out like one of the coyotes, Cliff does like get into the cart and is sitting there kind of like heaving. Still a fair bit out, but he is at least not on a fuck ton of levels of exhaustion. He doesn't have an exhaustion counter on. Why don't I have that on, please? Thank you. Yeah, he's on 4 exhaustion points. So his speed is halved and he's at half max HP at the moment. But he can still do things. I also immediately forgot to roll for the thing, so advantage medicine. 19. Definitely easy enough. Are you just going to chuck the cannolis in the carriage and punch them a shit ton when they wake up, or are you going to coffin them? That's up to you guys. It's just
Coffins would be hilarious, but when we need to have them shut up, Rourke, you could probably save your fists for them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It does mean that we're taking a pretty big risk with Amora. We don't have the exact answers about if moving her is going to cause any issues.
I could send to Silver. She might have that answer. I think she's the only person I can think of that would have that answer. She had more of an idea of what was going on than even Leaf when the actual resurrection was done.
Yeah, that is a good point. Probably the only person that I could think of either. Yeah.
Just to double check, you don't have sending available?
It's not a sorcerer's.
Okay, I'll do it then.
Sorry.
I just thought I'd double check. Yep, he'll send to Silver.
Because I forgot to keep count.
Is it safe to shift the invalid, or will the parcel miss its delivery address?
Are you sure that's exactly what you want to say to Silver?
I think he'll clarify, is it safe to move the invalid, Amora, or will her parcel miss its delivery address? Apart from that, yeah.
Okay, cool. You can almost hear like a hum of thought before you get an answer of... As long as you set up the ritual exactly the same as it is now, it'll work like a beacon for her. I fucked up counting, but that was less than 25.
Good enough. Right, so Merlin. Silver said that in order to shift her, she has to still be in... Well, in order for her to find her again, she has to be inside... He'll wave his hands. This ritual stuff exactly set up as it is here. So whether we set that up on the cart as she goes, or if you just want to sort of leave her free-flowing about the spirit realm until we get there and set one up, I'll leave that choice up to you. But she said exactly set up like this. I think down to the dust, the millimeter, the tiniest degree.
Okay. Well, I mean, we planned on bringing the bedroll anyway, so that's a good start. I'll go and find some paper. He'll run off and find, like, pen and paper. Stand up on, like, a little bit of the, platform. And just,
I will hang around and sort of help him out, give him notes, point out things he might have missed.
Yep, we'll definitely do, like, one, show you, have a look again, add anything that needs to be done. And then...
And after it's actually perfect cover, we'll do at least 5 Mr. spots just to play around with them.
That's fair. He does add, like, the tiniest little, like, speck dots. He's like, yep, I have that piece of dust. Yep, we'll make sure to pack that random piece of glass that slid into here. So he's just kind of like, he gets what you're trying to do, and you can see a lot of the time that Merlin's been here, he's been very much like, oh god! It's lowered a bit, and he's at least a bit more like at ease that this is gonna be alright. So you start to pick up and place all of the items carefully into a little bag. Merlin just mumbles to you, Kava. Thanks. It's nice to not have to take everything so seriously sometimes. Despite everything, you gotta have a laugh sometimes.
Easier to deal with it when you don't take anything seriously.
Good point. Pack everything up. I'll let you move her, Rock. I'll roll up the bedroll.
Okay.
Pick up Amora, making sure to kind of like the flowers that you kind of like placed in her here. They have been like the stems of them were tied into her hair by River. So when you move her, they don't all just fall out, they do stay in place. River used some like little hair ties that she found in Amora's room. Pick her up, bedroll gets rolled up and put into the haversack, and you all head into the carriage. You get back into the carriage, everybody kind of loads in. You do hear little, like, tip-taps on the roof. Hey, how you driving this?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I was crossing my fingers that you would turn up this entire time.
How did I know? Jumps into the driver's seat.
Yeah. Must be some form of magic.
Magic? Never heard of her. Yells over to her.
I think she's waiting in Murstone.
Oh, I'll say hi. I nearly called him Mite. That's my character. Worm. Worm calls out to his normal horses that are kind of off in the corner chewing on some hay. I will be back soon. Be good. You are now my new friends. For now. I'm not replacing you. Bye. As you guys head out. You take the carriage trip over to Stratford. Along the way, a little few of like the bumps and things like that. You're very carefully holding onto Amora, like you try not to let any of the bumps like hit your head or anything like that. Yeah, very much so. You are kind of crammed in the back. There are a fair few of you. Some of you are bigger than others. Between Cliff and Rourke, they're kind of taking up the
Carver
one side,
plus his
shoulder to
shell is
shoulder.
not small.
Exactly. There's a River and Merlin on the other side with Carver kind of in the middle, as Merlin and River are kind of to the side. It is in fact about a little over half a day to get there. Worm is travelling quite quickly to, make sure that you get there faster. But it is still a long ride. You do take some breaks to stretch your legs, breathe a bit. As you...
Oh yeah, Carver will point out to Worm that his requisitions helped a lot previously.
Oh, good. I won't tell you where I got them from.
Nope, I don't want to know.
Okay. Like, looks over his shoulder and looks at Amora. It shouldn't be long.
Right, I'm not sure if he's referring to the trip or to her trip, but I'm hoping both.
Worm just kind of nods in the front seat. Every now and again, Carver, kind of like over your shoulder, you feel like a little, like, something hitting it. Every now and again, like, a little scale will, like, roll over your shell onto your shoulder and, like, into your lap. So you just hear, like, rapid scratching. Oh, Big Bird Boy. I saw 3 other big birds that looked like you. They were flying. They do that sometimes. Where were they flying to? Oh, where you just were. In Kenowan. Did you see what they were doing? No. I just saw them. But, some of the guards are having a hard time with some of the civilians. I think your friends were trying to help.
but they must have got in contact with it. So I don't know if it's the same as ingesting it, but it shouldn't be as bad as people that ingest it. They kind of just got poked into them.
Rourke, I'm not sure your throwing up idea is actually valid anymore.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean,
You can still try it.
it's still worth a shot.
Well, I'm gonna.
If that doesn't work, then we just flush it out the other way. Give them lots and lots and lots of water. It's either
You're
coming
about
up
to
or
say
going out.
laxatives, but
No,
yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. River, who's like crushed against the side, is just no. After a couple of stops to stretch, you all finally get to what was it called? Stratford. Worm lets you out.
Good luck. I have to return these horses now. Bye.
Good idea. Have fun.
Thanks, Worm.
That's okay. No more
Hope to see you again
stealing.
sometime.
Probably. Well, I'll see you.
Right.
You do manage to find an empty vessel to load everyone up into. At least something small enough that it'll hold all of you and also be easy enough to maneuver. You don't have to find something massive, but you also don't need to all get in a rowboat. So having a look around, easy enough to find something that is vacant and usable. It does look different to the ship that you had been kind of taught how to use, but you're sure you can get the gist of it. I'm gonna get you to make a... Let's see, what would it be? And so give me an investigation check first, to just try and find and place everything that you need to find in place. Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
You managed to... Luckily all of these will be intelligence based as well, so...
I mean, part of me was kind of hoping that there would be a performance role in there to make sure everyone understands that I know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, you're in, like, the captain's quarters, like, helm area by yourself at the moment. You will be making one of those when you set out.
Great, but while he's doing his sort of checking around, he'd also like to find some spare bit of paper, like origami fold himself a hat.
Yes, you absolutely
That's the captain's hat.
I love it, I love it.
I can foresee it being destroyed in a day or two, knocked in the water or something.
Hey.
It starts raining and the hat just dissolves on his head.
It's now a headpiece, it's permanent. At least until you shower next. Easy enough to find everything that you need to. You kind of have a look around everything, take a wander around the ship while people get loaded in. You find a place for the canola carriages to be placed. Find a space for a moorer to be put down and a place where it's not going to jostle things too much. Because it is a boat ride. It will take a while. Don't need a cone, I need a line. You'll have to go to Northwich, and then carriage to... Well, actually, technically, because you don't actually have to arrive at a dock. This decision's up to you, Ece. It's harder to get from a... Well, it's harder to find a park. Not really an easy ways to, like, get out of the boat. But you can just stop the boat wherever you want. You don't have to stop at a dock.
I mean, considering our cargo, I think we should probably go for a dock. I imagine it would be bad to drop any of the rolled up friends in the water. It would be even worse to drop a Mora, and way worse to be dropping the rolled up ritual mat. So, I think a dock.
Okay, cool. So you'll be heading to Northwich, and then it'll be another half day, depending on who you get to take you down to Millstone. Trying to figure out, what did I put for the boat? How many days it'll take? So it was 4.8. I'll say it's going to take 5 days to boat right there. You have 5 days of things. In that time, it can be up to you guys what you want to do. We can have that be a kind of like over the next week discuss in words what you want to do, rather than roleplay 5 days of whatever you want to do.
I already know what I was going to do.
I mean, fair. So we'll just do that and then do like a little brief recap of here's what you did. If there are any main points about it that you do want to roleplay, we can revisit that. But I need to write down that it's going to take 5 days. Boat equal 5 days. Cool. Once everything is set up and the anchor is raised, people kind of gather up together towards where you are, Kaba, and kind of just like look at you to be like, okay, what's next? That's where we need a performance check.
Hands on hips. The CE people. So performance plus superiority dice because of maneuver.
Alright. Okay. Damn good roll. As everyone kind of looks up to where Kaba's standing at the helm, the tiniest bit of like, are we gonna get out of these docks alive? is washed away immediately. Kaba knows what he's doing. How could he not with that much pure damn charisma? And he's wearing a captain's hat, and that sells it. You managed to...
those ropes. Cliff, actually no, swap. Cliff, you're better on the light ones.
Okay. His shoulder's gonna drop it.
River, watch Cliff. I'm not sure he'll get that.
Just follows behind him. Hell yeah, you start directing people around, and you fully embody the, that time that you were in the kitchen, demanding as head chef. It works.
Gordon Ramsay, but on a boat.
Exactly. Buoyant Ramsay. Everybody manages to get the boat afloat. I'll get you to make a... Give me a dexterity check, but you'll be able to add your intelligence modifier to it as well. to maneuver out of the docks. Because there's a mixture of your smarts as well as your like general dexterity.
18?
Hell yeah, easy enough. Luckily, there aren't very many other boats nearby. Otherwise, it would be significantly harder. You would have had disadvantage, but still, all goes well, and you are out on the open sea. It just gets significantly easier from there, and you have like no qualms whatsoever. Captain Kaba is on duty. We will take our break, and
Left do you have to go?
what was that?
How much left do you have to go? I thought you'd want Silver's fight to start about when we're landing, or to at least have it run through.
I'm trying to figure out what to do, because the fight will definitely be over by the time that you guys get there. It depends on what else that they want to do, so I can work it into what is happening when you arrive. I'm probably going to be doing that on Monday with Brooke.
So for us, it'd probably be landing and the cart ride.
Yeah. I guess if there is anything specific that you guys want to do, we could do that, and then, because nothing is gonna, spoilers, nothing is gonna happen on the cart ride to Westone. It's just gonna be a normal cart ride. It'll probably take a little bit over half a day, so you'll arrive when it's starting to get night. But that's really it.
Arbor's got nothing in particular apart from tagging River for probably several hours, and just sort of studying the new body he's got to make sure they can actually put him back together next time. Rather than whatever they did last time, which was probably just shoving stuff in holes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it still worked. There's definitely still some better work to be done, but River's happy enough to sit with you and go through that kind of thing. Clip is literally just resting off the rest of his exhaustion points, because he will be back at his top speed by the time you get there. What about Rock? What's he up to?
Just enjoying being on a boat, because boat rides are so fun and there's so many activities to do.
The best.
Yeah. Just
Water running.
Water running. It's not as fun when he's by himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as fun when Amora's not there to watch, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. How much of your book have you read? Because I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get a fuck ton of that read.
Oh, yeah. He would keep working on that. I think I wasn't quite halfway there. 21 hours down.
Oh, yeah.
I need another 27.
Oh, incredibly easy.
So, yeah.
You can definitely do that over the course ride. I'd say you can say that you've read it and chuck that increase in now, because by the time we get to the next session, you'll definitely have it. Because 5 days versus 26 hours, I'm sure Rourke can manage that.
As well as Cliff's there, even if he's recovering for the first few.
Yeah, it gives
He'll
us...
get to read and be on a boat.
Yeah, 2 of his favorite activities.
Yeah.
I guess the main thing is, what do you do when the coyotes wake up? Because it is about after hour, the first time you managed to just kind of calm them down enough where they were just like, nope, go back to sleep, shh, 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 shh. And that was fine. This is 5 days. They are going to wake up constantly.
You need food and water at some point.
Mm-hmm. I guess also, who are you going to feed your concoction to first? Out of the 3 choices.
Bilger.
Good choice.
Hub will feel a little bit of satisfaction at that, given the healing potion, fire breath potion stuff that went on earlier.
Fair. Incredibly fair. He has a pretty good constitution, but he has disadvantage because it's fucking god awful.
And I have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
And a few bottles.
And there's a kitchen in here. You can make up some shit. There's plenty of time.
Mash up some fish.
Yep.
Rape up some barnacles from the side of the ship.
Yeah, exactly. There's also spicy cookies in there somewhere. You can do pretty much whatever. You moved Olga to a space that is easily cleanable. It's not nice. Dolga can eat, so a lot comes up. The rabidness is outweighed by the fact that he's just exhausted now, because, God, that process is exhausting. Not to get too into it. It just tire him out so he would have exhaustion points, so it's harder for them to do anything. That definitely helps your cause. There is kind of a up and down period where they're, like, resting. They don't have access to their hands, so there is no spellcasting. There's a lot of swearing. And
Cupboard did make sure to gag them. So
okay.
It's muffled swearing.
Muffled swearing.
Mm-hmm.
Until you take the muffles out to give them more lovely food.
Chef Rourke at your service.
Absolutely.
The rest of us are getting takeout.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We're getting real-ins. Someone's just catching fish to cook for you guys. Easy enough to do. I will say, probably about like the second day, Merlin tries a... What level heal? What level spells do we have? Show me. Because they are not as infected as the others, he does use an 8th level heal because he's got the heal spell. And who do you... He's going to ask, who do you think I should try this on first, out of these 3? There's a chance that it works, so if it works, who's the best option out of them?
If it works, I think Leaf would be the best option. But if it doesn't work and just makes them a lot more to handle, I think Leaf would be the worst option.
That's a good point.
I think my vote goes to Bo.
Okay. Can at least give it a shot to see what it'll do. Maybe keep a bottle on hand, Rogue.
Way ahead of you.
Yeah, I should guess.
Hear a clatter from his bag as there's multiple ready.
Yeah. Homemade syrup. Ugh. He does the heal. He can only do it once a day. Sorry.
You see Rourke with an eel just squeezing into a bottle.
Yep. I like to imagine that you do this in front of them, so that they're just
Oh, yeah.
sitting there, like, muffled, like, oh god, no.
Also, like, you get a squid strung up like on a couple of poles and start squeezing it like cow,
Yeah.
milking a cow.
Milking it.
Like, there's nothing going to come out at all, but it'll be hilarious.
Just a very confused looking squid.
Yeah, yep. Oh god, they're all gonna have IBS after this. This is the IBS potion. You can only do this once a day because it says only 8th level spell slot, but the 8th level heal, I'd say, because they had not ingested a massive amount of it, the throwing up helped to an extent, but it was also through wounds, and they were able to use the healing magic, because it's still upcast, to cure that. So it does work on Bo. As she kind of comes to, she is looking at you with this eel. Remove the gag from her mouth. I never want to be in opposition to you ever again. I hated every moment of that. Please untie me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rourke might be
Glad you're
good
feeling
in
better, though.
combat, but Rourke might be good in combat, but he's real out of combat. He's actually our secret weapon.
I need several showers.
You have a whole ocean.
Yeah, we're on a boat.
Oh god. She's got shovels out of the room. River goes with her just to make sure that she doesn't just dive bomb into the ocean and never comes back. A few hours later, Bo does come back looking cheerier, well clean, and gets food that she's able to keep down.
Be like, I made some soup.
No.
No, but like it's supposed to be good though. Like,
Supposed to be.
She looks at River, who's like, that's not bad, bud. It's pretty good. And she like grabs the soup bowl, like motions it towards Bo, and then is like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Bo looks absolutely terrified. The bowl gets put down in front of her. Bo turns around and just River turns around and just starts laughing. She sits down. The two of them just like shake their heads, but sorry, Bo shakes her head as River's just laughing her ass off. I don't know why I'm getting the two.
Rourke looks slightly offended. Like, no, no, that's actually supposed to be like, I know what tastes good. I know what doesn't taste good. Why I made this. That's like you're supposed to eat.
It is actually good. I was fucking with you. You actually did a good job. Can I have some? And she'll get
Yes.
She'll get a bowl for herself. Bo is less tense about trying the soup. She does enjoy it. Okay. Thank you. I guess knowing what's good and what's not can really be a good weapon. I don't know how you milked a squid. I don't like that I remembered that.
Yeah, neither did the squid.
River just kind of like nudges the soup bowl closer to her. It's like, no more questions. We're eating now. Everyone just eats their food. So over the next 2 days, Merlin's able to use his 8th level spell slots to get Leaf and then Dolga back. They have very similar reactions. Dolga asks you about one of the concoctions that you made on like the 2nd day in the morning. That one actually wasn't too bad. I mean, I'd have seconds. And he gets horrified looks from everyone involved. The rest of them, and he starts rating them from like 1 to 10. 10 being terrible, he'd never want it again. 1 being like, I could get seconds. Horrifyingly, a lot of them are around like 4 to 6 mark. He's like 50-50 on them. There are a few where he's like outright 10, never again. But a shocking amount of them, he's like, I didn't mind it. Yeah. Dwarves. I think the other thing would be is during the 5 days, would you want Merlin to set up the beacon for Amora? Or wait until you
did say that was... I did say that was up to Merlin, but I guess Rourke gets to say as well.
Rourke would probably defer to Merlin. Like, it's magic stuff. He doesn't want to mess it up.
I think I managed to find a place inside the ship that not a lot of people, have foot traffic through. Bless you. And I think I saw a few things that I can use to kind of stick the items down. So even if the ship sways, they won't just fly all over the place. I can get that started.
I will give him a hand with it again.
Cool.
As much as he can.
I say with the 2 of you, it's easy enough to do. And luckily, the drawing helped. The you missed a spot surprisingly did help. Merlin does stick down the items onto the deck in the room that you guys found. Lay Amora back down onto the bedroll and just kind of check on her every now and again. Because Brooke's not here, you can very safely assume Amora doesn't toss or wake up or anything like that. And I think I'm trying to go through like the list of things that could possibly even happen, but I don't think there is anything else. Yeah, I think that would be it for your guys' boat ride. If there is anything that you guys think of that you want to do during boat time, whether it's trying to talk to Bobney or Raiden, anything like that, just flip me a message and we can go from there. Otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty content to wrap the session up.
There is something I was wanting to do for like since I think the last level up or the one before it, but the situation is never right. And with Amora halfway between Spirit Worlds, he also doesn't want to risk it now. So
fair, okay.
He got himself a specific spell, basically just to blow raspberries at the Overseer.
I love it.
But again, don't want to bring that down while people are sort of fragile.
Fair. But also, what spell is this?
I mean, it's not technically only for the Overseer. It could be used in more useful situations, but contact other planes.
I love it.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, it could be used to, like, call on Claire or something if needed, but to be fair, the entire reason is just, like, spend 10 minutes at the end of the day, tell Rourke that, if I go mad after this, tie me to the bed and let me out in the morning, but, right, I'm going to go tell him he's a bit of a shit.
Fair.
Anyone else have any messages to pass on?
Fair. I fucking love it. Also, good call. Probably now's not the time. But hey, there's plenty of time in future. Alright, but yeah. Good little session. You both definitely get inspiration points for all of that. That's fucking fantastic.
Milking a squid.
Milking a squid. Oh boy. All of the above. It's a time.
We should all be careful around Chef Rourke from now on.
I mean, villain Rourke? My god.
We've already seen villain Rourke. What about comedic, like Disney villain Rourke?
True.
Mad scientist Rourke.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the real scary one.
Multi-class again into artificer and start just doing alchemy.
I meant to make a cake. Why is it squinting at me?
I think Dulga's gonna want to get some recipes off you. Just for, like, toxic bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a topic of conversation on the boat.
Yeah, that one was mostly like ginger and dishwater.
That's why I keep burping bubbles.
Did throw a couple of sardines in that look a little dodgy, so...
Anytime either of you are, like, in the same room as each other, Bo leaves. Because she knows what's coming. Fucking fantastic. But yeah, that's where we're in the session. Hopefully next week we'll all be back and we can continue onwards. But yeah, I think Brooke's session's going to be on Monday because it's a holiday and she finishes work early.
Are you
so
planning on streaming that one?
yeah, so I'll try and remember to do a post about it. I'm not sure what time at the moment. I've yet to sort that out with Brooke. So once we've got that sussed, I'll make a post about it and keep y'all clued in.
Sweet.
Cool.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your night.
And you?
Likewise.
See ya.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Fair enough. Bye.
No.
Bye.
Short little session. Big stretch. Ugh. Hope y'all had a good time. The little concoctions that that Rourke made are going to go down in history. But we will have Brooke session on Monday, like I said. Keep an eye out on Discord for when that's gonna be. But yeah, hope y'all have had a good Easter. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Eat chocolate. Chocolate's great. Concoction indeed. Conroll every time. It sure fucking is. It's a thing. Oh right, I kept the tuxedo thing open. Hold up. I might have to have a look at these so I can answer your question now. Not a basic one. I want, like, because I know there's a different... Wait, is it the jackets? I don't know. You wouldn't wear a tie. Slim fit, yes, very bony. I'd say probably with like a waistcoat. What are they called? I think they're called like 3-piece ones. Yeah. 3-piece tuxedo, all in black. Maybe like the waistcoat would be red. No tie. And like... Yeah, I'd say that. That is my answer to that question. At least the one that I'm gonna go with. Oh. Funny enough, the overseer didn't always used to be bony. Very fun little things that maybe will get revealed. Fair, reasonable pick for a random pre-session question. I as Tyler, not Overseer Tyler, have never worn a proper, like, full suit before. I normally just wear, like, my normal jeans and then, like, a button-up. I've worn button-up and a tie. That was fun. But also, yeah, I don't know. I gotta get a... I would like to get a suit at some point, because I think it'd be fun to be all fancy. But I got some fucking cool boots, and I can't wait to wear them. Fair, reasonable pick. Right, spelling. Did for school balls, extraordinarily uncomfortable. As a... how do I word this? As a previous female... yes, I will send them in Discord. The only school ball that I went to was in primary school, so I was like 13, 12, yeah. Coming from the other direction. Yeah, dress in heels. I think I wore the heels for like maybe 45 minutes and then took them off. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, I will definitely send cool boot pics because I love them a lot. Also, I got some like leather harness things because they're really cool. Just, I have a cool tie that I kept because of the color. Oh, fuck yeah. I might have to post some dressed up pics in our Discord because that's in gamer hours, I should say. Mostly because it's fun. So I'll post some pictures soon. Anyway, they're the hardest things. Okay, it's not what you think. I will show you. Keep an eye on Discord. Either way, I'm gonna go get some food. I'm fucking hungry. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have a good Easter, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye! Don't do that, Mossy. Get out of here.